Hey guys, so I figured that every Friday I'm going to do a blog video. This will be called Friday Blog. I'll just be talking about on how to properly take care of your lawn equipment, or even as well as your lawn. So I'll be doing these videos every Friday. So for this Friday blog, I'm going to talk about on how to properly take care and maintain your lawnmower. So this is the Friday blog video for Friday, June 8th, 2012. So apparently just taking care of your lawnmower is just almost as easy as just taking care of your own car. Just keep it clean, just like this one here. I just got it all cleaned up after using it on Monday for the lawn cutting video, so it looks almost like new. It's a little dirty in some areas at the very bottom, so I'm not really worried about that. One of the most important things that you should do for any lawnmower is always check your air filter. And get this one off. Check it. If it's all dirty and stuff, just bang it on a concrete like this. If it's real dirty, it'll just get all the dirt off of it. Or the best way is just take your little blow gun connected to your air compressor and just blow all the dirt on it. Now, if you use your lawnmower in very dusty conditions, then I would recommend just replace your air filter every 2 to 3 months. Just depends on how dirty it is. But usually for me, since I don't really use this lawnmower that much in dusty conditions, so just replace it maybe just once a year, which is good enough. Oh, and I even forgot to mention, now some lawnmowers will have two different types of air filters. This is like a paper style air filter. Usually with these, when they're real dirty, I would just most likely replace them. And for instance, like this lawnmower right here, this one has a foam filter. See, some other lawnmowers will have foam filters, like on this Lawn Boy. Usually on these, you don't really have to replace them, so all you would have to do is just wash it off with water and dish soap. Just let the filter dry, and then before you put the filter back on, just lightly coat the filter with some engine oil. That with the oil, that will help trap all the dirt on the filter. If you don't put oil on the filter, all the dirt on the filter will just go right through the filter, and it'll just go into your engine and just ruin your engine. And also, one thing to also check on any lawnmower, which is not a problem that's not very common, is your starter rope. Always check the condition of it to make sure it's not frayed in some areas. If it is frayed in some areas, then I would just replace the rope right away before it starts to actually break, which I do have a video on replacing the starter rope on our Craftsman mower. And another important thing before, whenever you use your lawnmowers, excuse me, is to, if your lawnmower has a 4-stroke engine like this one here, always check your oil. Now for a 2-stroke, you don't have to do this. And check your oil level. which in this case this one's good and the oil's all nice and clean because I changed it earlier this year. Now I'll show you the proper way to check the oil on this lawnmower right here. Alright, so very first thing you do is just pull the cap off the dipstick and then just take your rag and just wipe the dipstick clean. Now we'll just put the dipstick back in just like that, and don't twist it according to the owner's manual for this lawnmower. Just let it sit like this for a little bit, and then just pull it out. And as you can see, that this oil level on this lawnmower, it's right at the full mark. It's just a tad bit over, which that's alright. So one thing, like when you're doing an oil change, I would always recommend putting the oil in very slow increments just to prevent overfilling. And just as you can see, this oil here on my rag, oil's still all nice and clean. Now, if any of y'all that have a Honda engine, I'll show you the proper way to check its oil level. Alright, so on a Honda mower or any lawnmower that has a Honda engine, like the GCV series engines, either the GCV 160s or GCV 190s. So just unscrew the dipstick and then just wipe it off. And then just stick the dipstick in like this, just like that, and do not twist it. Just let it sit like this for a little bit, and then pull it out. And I don't know if you can see that one real, you can't quite see it through the camera, but this one is actually good too. It's full. And the oil is nice and clean too, because I changed the oil in it earlier this year as well. So after that, you just put screw your cap back in. Don't have it on too tight because it is plastic. And now if you were to have a lawnmower with a Briggs & Stratton engine, like to check the oil, like for instance, you just pull it out and just wipe it off. And the proper way to check the oil level, just put it in like this, do not twist it, and then just pull it right back out, just like that. And now if you were to have a lawnmower with a Tecumseh engine, which I'll demonstrate that here on the chipper shredder, which these you can just twist it off and like wipe the dipstick off clean and just stick it back in, and you can twist these, twist it back on and then just take it, untwist it back off, and then check the level. Alright, so now as far as the type of engine oil to use in your lawnmower, this is what I actually use and recommend. I would recommend use a high quality SAE 30 weight engine oil, which that's what most lawnmowers use. Now, depending on whatever lawnmower you have, but whatever engine, like for instance like a Honda or Kawasaki, they require a 10W30 engine oil in them. I don't know why. I don't know why they recommend using a thinner weight oil. As for a Kohler like this, and Briggs & Strattons and Tecumsehs, use a 30 weight. And I think you could probably also use 10W30, but I would recommend just a 10W30 for cooler weather, and use the 30 weight in the summertime. Especially down here in Texas, it gets really hot down here in the summertime. So now I will flip over this lawnmower. I'll kind of talk about on what to do from underneath your lawnmower. And whenever, if you're doing any kind of work from underneath your lawnmower, disconnect your spark plug wire from the spark plug just to prevent accidental starting. And for underneath, like if your deck is all built up with grass clippings, it's very important that you scrape it all off. So all you do is just use a putty knife and you just scrape off the clippings like that. This one's actually not too bad. Apparently I didn't really clean this one off the last time I used it. There's just very little grass built up on it because I always look after it. It's very important because with the moisture, what would happen with all the grass clippings that's stuck on the mower deck, all the moisture from those clippings, that can cause your mower deck to rust. Especially like if your lawnmower has a steel deck, and pretty much most lawnmowers nowadays have steel decks. Now some commercial quality lawnmowers will have cast aluminum decks. Now it's usually not very common. Don't really have to really worry about cleaning them off that much, but I would still clean them up. This is what I always just use. It's just a putty knife. Some people recommend not to use a water hose, just to spray it all off with water, because that can cause your deck to rust. Sometimes I'll do that. We'll do that. And also, while you have your mower flipped over, always check the condition of your blade, which in this one is still good. There's no nicks on the cutting edges. And it's also a good idea to even actually feel the cutting edge just by seeing whether if it's dull or not. If it is dull, then just take it off and sharpen it, or just take it to a mower shop and they'll sharpen it for you. Now if you're sharpening the blade yourself, after you're done sharpening your blade, it's important to actually balance the blade. Just have a little balancer, or like put a screwdriver on a vise and just set the blade on it. Because like if you use a lawnmower blade that's unbalanced, that can cause your machine to vibrate, and it could do some serious damage to your mower, and it could do some damage to the body too. So it's really important. And one thing, like if you have a lawnmower with self-propelled like this one here, check the condition of your belt. Like if it has any wear on it or any cracks and stuff, then replace it, which in this case this one is good because this mower is just over a year old. And there's one other thing I kind of forgot all about. Like on your lawnmowers, check the condition of your fuel line to make sure that it's soft. It should not be hard. If it is hard, and if it's all got cracks in it, then replace it. Usually over the years, these things will start to get all brittled and cracked, caused by the ethanol in the gas. And also, if you're tipping your lawnmower over, no matter what brand of motor that your lawnmower has, whether if it's either a Honda, Briggs & Stratton, or Tecumseh's, or a Kohler like you see here, always tip your mower with the air filter facing up. Because if you tip it the wrong way, like the filter facing down, what will happen is gas will start to leak out from the carburetor, and your air filter will be all soaking wet with gas, and you would need to replace your air filter. And also, if you were to use your air compressor from underneath the deck of your lawnmower, whenever you do, make sure that you're wearing safety glasses. And also, for most lawnmowers, it's never a bad idea to also check the condition of your cables here. Like, for instance, this lawnmower's got two cables, one for the brake lever and another cable for the self-propelled. Always check the conditions of them to make sure there's no broken spot or bent spot. If, for instance, if there is a spot that's bent or broke, then replace it right away. And also, if you have a lawnmower that has electric start, like this one here, depending on the manufacturer's recommendations in the owner's manual, is charge the battery, because these engines obviously don't have alternators on them. Like, for instance, this Lawnboy has a connector right here, and it has a AC adapter that will come with it. You just plug the AC adapter on here, and then plug the charger into an outlet, and it'll charge up the battery. Usually on the Toro ones, it'll have an LED light. The light will be red, knowing that it's charging, and when it's fully charged, the light will turn green. So, yeah. Now, if you happen to have a problem with your electric start, usually the most common problem of all would be just dead battery. Now, if your battery's still good, another reason could just be a blown out fuse. Now, if it happens to be the starter, that'd just be a whole other story. I would just replace the starter, just for that matter. Oh, and by the way, I even forgot to mention on why it's important to have a sharp blade on your lawnmower. Well, because what would happen, a dull blade, it'll just tear up your grass rather than just cutting it. Because thus it'll just have cause your grass to actually turn brown. Whereas actually, one more thing on most lawnmowers, check to make sure your cooling fins are all clean. Make sure it's not all clogged up with no grass, dirt, or debris build up, because that can cause the engine to actually overheat. So that's pretty much all it goes on taking care of your lawnmower and also maintaining it. And one last thing before I go is, when you put your mower away for the winter, I would highly recommend is to just run the machine out of gas, because the gas nowadays apparently has ethanol in it. Now, one other way you can do is, if you have a siphon pump, you can just easily just siphon out the gas on your lawnmower, and then whatever remaining gas that's in the fuel lines in the carburetor, just start the mower. It'll just run for only a couple minutes, and then it'll just die right away. So, like if you're me, that uses a non-ethanol fuel, you don't have to really worry about it, which apparently this is a pre-mixed one for two-stroke engines. But there also is one for four-cycle engines like this one here. They'll last for about 2 years now, and you don't have to really worry about doing any winterization. The gas will still remain fresh when you let your lawnmower set all winter. Alright, so I think that's about it for this Friday vlog. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next Friday. So hope you all enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching.